Imagine. Songs. Stage registry.
Officer Kashan, Ban Yahawada, Ban Yashala.
Officer Kashan, Ban Yahawada, Ban Yashala.
Yahba Shim Yahsha Brakatham.
Yahba Shim Yahsha Brakatham.
Ashala.
All right, this time we're going to say the Lord's Prayer. Imagine. Gudon, face the east.
In the Lord prayed in Hebrew, Abanau,
Shabbat Shemayim, Wadash, Ayah, Shakah, Yahweh, Alabuka, Taba'ah, Watazai, Ayah, Aisha, Baharataza, Kawa, Ayah, Bashmayim, Tarinau, Lakam, Kal, Lawam, Wasalakina, Wapina, Kasalakina, Wapina, Wala'ah, Taba'ayna, Balashai 1, Abal, Awashai now, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Lakab, Mawalaku, Wala'ala, Wa'adal Parah, La'am, Aman. It's the Lord's Prayer in English. Our Father. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. Forgive us our debts. As we give our debtors. Lead us not to temptation. Deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it.
Here's the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Baba Kashah, Lathunau, Hakak, La Parah, Cow Makalala, Wakal Marawat, Hakak, Latahar, Ha Matazarayim, Hakak, La Koyam, Hamatham, Hakak, Al Karoth, Amatal, Lagarashan, Bashim Yahushua, the water on mine.
This is the power in the English. Yahweh. Name Yahushua. Please give us the power. The power to heal all manner of sickness. All manner of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. And the power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you, so be it.
Your Psalms 121 in Hebrew. Asha, Ayanya, Al-Harayu, Bayathan, Waba'ah, Azar, Mayam, Yahweh, Asha, Shemayim, Waharataza, Alatan, Namawat, Regalka, Al-Nanawam, Shamarka, Hanat Nanawan, Wala'ah, Yashan, Sharamar, Yasha'al, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Cal,
Tazaka.
Yamka. Yanawan. Yashmash. La'ayakanka. Yarak. Yahawi. Yashmar. Wakarai. Yashmar. Avnapashka. Yahau. Yashmar. Tazaanka. Wabanka. Ma'idai.
This is Psalms 121 in English. I will lift up my eyes into the hills. From which cometh my help. My help cometh from Yahweh. Which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out, and thy coming in, from this time forth, and even evermore.
So Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim. Al Damiyah Lakah. Al Dakarash. Al Dashakwat. Al Yahanna. Waba'aka. Hama Yawan. Ra'ash. Al Aimika. Ra'ai Yamwa. Sawadah. Wa'ata. Wa'ai Tazawar. Al Tazapawanya. Amarwa. Lakatwa. Wakakiyadam. Magaiwa. Wala Yasakar. Shum Yashal. Awada. Kaya. Nawa Tazwa. Labat. Lakatwa. Al Yamka. Baroth. Wakaroth. Alahayab. Al-Dawam. Wayashamai. Alayam. Waba'apa. Wargarian. Gabal. Amawan. Amalak. Palashah. I'm Yashapwa. Tazawar. Gum Ashawar. Nalawa. Ma'ayin. Ayawa. Zerawai. Abayin Lawat. Selah. Ashalaham. Amatwan. Kayasa Sarah. Kabyapyan. Banakal. Kawashwan. Nashadamwa. Bayanda Iro. Hi Yawa. Daman. La'ad Dama. Shayat Damwa. Nadab. Ya Mawa. Kawa. Ka Kaza Abba. Ka Kazazabak. Wa Katazal. Manai. Cow Nasa Yak. Amwa. Cow Nasa Yak.
Cow Nasa Yakamu.
Yeah, cow Nasa Ashar. Armawa. Narash. Narawa. Nanawas. Alahayab. Shawadam. Kakwash. La Panyo Rakar. Karash. Ya'iro. Wa Kalabhaba. Dalahat. Alharan. Kam. Darat Baya Sha'iraka. Wabasa. Wabanka. Dalabahayam. Malaha. Parayam. Kolawan. Babakasha. Shamka. Yahau. Yabashawa. Wayai by Aido. Ya'ai. Wayai Karapawa. Wayai Ibadwa. Wayai Dawa. Kaya Adab. Shamka. Yahau. Labaika. Ayawan. El Kaha. Okay. Al-Kaha Aratasa.
Al-Kaha. This is Psalms 83 in the English. Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still.
And be not still.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
For lo,
thy
enemies make a tumult.
Thy enemies make a tumult.
And they that hate thee, have lifted up their head. They have taken crafty counsel. Against thy people. They consulted. Against thy hidden ones. They had said, Come, let us cut them off. From being a nation. That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. They have consulted together. With one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom. And the Ishmaelites. Of Moab. The Hagarenes. Gabal. And Ammon. And Amalek. The Philistines. With the inhabitants of Tyre. Ashur also is joined with them. They have token the children of Lot. Selah. Do unto them. As unto the Midianites. As to Sisera. As to Jabin. At the brook of Kison. Which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make the nobles like Oreb. And like Zeid. Yea. All the princes of Zabak. And Zamunah. Who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession. O my power, make them like a wheel as they stumble before the wind. As the fire burned the wood and the flames set the mountains on fire. To persecute them with thy tempest. And make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame. They may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame. And perish. That men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, are the most high over all the earth. Sorry, Christ. Sarge, return. Shabbat needs to be seated. Those clapping up for outstanding reading. Again, I'm also Carr. I'm sorry, Carr. I'm also, man, I forgot my dang old name. Officer Kaz, 500 the Kaz. To my far right, we got our Officer Napash. And we also got here, our center right here, man, is Officer Gashan. And I'm all off today, man. I forget brother's name, forget my own name, but Most High Christ. Welcome to another Sabbath service, man. We're here to serve the Lord. We give just due what he gives just due, you understand? We're here to let you know who your culture is, where you come from. Come out of what we call the Tanakh or the Torah, and we read from them scriptures to let you know your background and your history. All right. This goes every Sabbath service from 11 o'clock until 12, maybe 12:30 a little bit. You might sometimes run over a little bit, but begins at 11 o'clock. You understand? I'm gonna let Officer Napash run down the address and phone numbers and stuff that we can find the building. Go ahead.
Okay, the address here in the I.S.U.P.K, Atlanta, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. It is 3353 Glenwood Road, Decatur, Georgia. And again, I repeat, it is 3353 Glenwood Road, Decatur, Georgia. And the number to call in for the conference call, if you have any questions, any concern, the number is 404-793-7180. Again, it is 404-793-7180.
Most High Christ. So like I said, we're going to get it in. We're going to start in the Hebrew. We're going to start at Numbers 35 and 1. Is that correct? 35 and 1. So if you got your blue letter Bible, you can follow along, reading and follow along in the Hebrew. We do have Hebrew classes on Friday from 7 o'clock until 9. The Lashon Kodash class, the holy language, the holy tongue. And you will be able to learn as what we're saying. Because some of the terminology we're saying that you may not know. We say Thawada, we say, Babkashah, things like that. You start learning and understanding what we're saying in the Hebrew. Because believe it or not, we're going to go back to Hebrew. Everyone's going to be speaking Hebrew, you understand? So, like we always say, you can't call yourself a Hebrew Israelite if you don't even know one word in Hebrew.
Right.
You have to know something in Hebrew, you understand? So, with that being said, turning your scriptures to Numbers 35 and 1, and we're going to begin in the Hebrew. In the Hebrew a little bit? Most High Christ, all right? Bring it down.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 35, verse 1 in the Hebrew. Wayadabar, Yahweh, Al, Mashah, Ba'ai, but I Rabath, Mawa'ab, Al, Yaradan, Yawatawa, Salakia, La'amar, verse 2, Tazawa, Banah, but Salakia, Banya, Yasha'al, Salakia, Wanatha, Waya Tanawa, Lala, Wayam, Manata, Salakia, Manata, Mana Kalath, Salakia, Akadatham, Ariam, Lashamath, Salakia, Lasha Bath, Lasha Bath,
Going good.
Salakia,
Going good. Take your time.
Wama Garash, La'ai Rayam, Saba Yaba Ta Ya'am.
Tough one right there, bro.
Woo.
Saba Yah, yes, Yam. Saba Yah.
Saba Yah.
Yaham.
Yaham.
There you go.
Nawa Lala Wa Yam. Good God.
You want to keep going down to 7, so you want to keep going down to 7? Or you good?
Yeah, I'm good. All right. Verse 3. Wahayawa Ha I Rayam Laam Lasha Bath Wamagar. Is it Wamagar? Ramagar. Garsh Yaham Yahaya Wa Laba Hamatham Wala Rakasham Wala Kal Kayatham. Verse 4. Wamagarash Ya Ha'ai Rayam Ashar Nana Salakia Naya Nawa Salakia La Wayam Makwara Salakia Makwa Yara Yes. Makwa Yar Ha'ai Yar Yaka no that's Waka Ratada Allah Ama.
No, Slakia. Every time you see that word, Allah, that means 1,000 in Hebrew.
Come. Ama Sabayab verse 5. Wama da thumb maka wataza la'ayar ath pa'ath quadama ala payam ba'ama wa'ath pa'ath nagab.
You're going some tough words right now, brother. You know you're going some tough words, so y'all bear with him. Go ahead.
Alapayam ba'ama wa'ath pa'ath yam al payam ba'ama wa'ath pa'ath taza pawan ala payam ba'ama wa'a taza yar but the wak za'a Yahweh la'am magarasha ha'ai rayam, verse 6. Wa'ath ha'ai rayam ashar tata nawa lala wayam ath shasha aria ama kwalat ashar Tatanya Tata Naya Slide Lanasa Shama Haratazak Wa'ai Layaham Tata Nawa Ira Ba'ayam Washa Tayam I Ya'ar. Verse 7. Kal Ha'ai Rayam Ashar Tata Nawa Lala Wayam Ira Ba'ayam Washa Wana Ayar Ata Han Wa'ath Maga Ra Shay Yahanna.
Hey, clap it up for him, man. Man, he can hit some hard words in there, man. But that's what that's the Hebrew language, man. That's what we're gonna be speaking, man. And like I said, our brother, who teaches Hadar Ma on Friday teaches the Hebrew class, man, and does an excellent job. This is all these brothers, including myself, learning to read from. So if you're interested in coming to learn it, Friday at 7 o'clock to 9, first spot come on through. All right, we're gonna jump back up to verse 1, and we're gonna read in English.
Come on. This is the book of Numbers, chapter 35, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses in the plains of Moab, by Jordan, near Jericho, saying, verse 2, command the children of Israel that they give unto the Levites of the inheritance.
As you know, at this time right now, we already came out of Egypt. We came and took the land of Jericho, took our land that the Lord promised us. Now we actually spreading. We started to build cities. We started to come into our own. You understand? So right now, verse 2 said, commanded the children of Israel that they gave unto the Levites. Who are the Levites? Anybody can tell me who the Levites were?
That's the priest.
That's right. That was the priest. Exactly. So it says, give it the inheritance of the. Oh, keep reading. Continue reading.
Comma, of their possessions, cities to dwell in. And ye shall give also unto the Levites suburbs for the cities round about them.
So at this point, Levites, they were our priests. They pretty much like, they were our priests. They gave us the laws. They kept the rituals. Kept all the things that we had to do as priests. They served us. You understand? So at this point, they're telling them to give them the cities. That's their inheritance. At that time, Levites didn't work and to make an income. So what they did was we provided to them. Just like now, we pay taxes. As cities, we pay taxes. Same thing. Our Levites, we paid them things. We paid them to keep the rituals going that the Lord was telling us to do. They do all the daggone ceremonies. They do all those things. So their inheritance, they didn't get anything. Of course, all the other 12 tribes, they got their inheritance of land. The Levites couldn't get the land. Their job is to teach and take care of all of us. And so they didn't get inheritance, so we give them things. We give them cattle. We give them the bread. We give them all the things that they may need. So it's very important that we serve, just like today. Those priests and prophets today out there, the things that you give to us, you provide, you come in and you give us tithes and offerings and things like that. We take those tithes and offerings, for one, we give those to Commander Yahanna, and he does what he does with it, as far as continue to build this nation. The offerings and things like that, we get food programs going. We start the clothing drive. These are all the things that we have to give back to our people. You understand? So that's what we do with all your tithes and offerings. And the same thing was going on here. Can you continue reading?
Come. Verse 3, and the cities shall they have to dwell in, and the suburbs of all them shall be for their cattle, and for their goods, and for all their beasts.
This is the actual cities that they lived in. They was actually gave them a designated area to live in the cities and outside in the suburbs. And as you give them your cattle and the beasts and the lambs and all the stuff that you give them, they have a place to store these things. All right, keep reading.
Come. Verse 4, and the suburbs of the cities which ye shall give unto the Levites shall reach from the wall of the city and outward 1,000 cubits round about. Verse 5, and ye shall measure from without the city on the east side 2,000 cubits, and on the south side 2,000 cubits, and on the west side 2,000 cubits, and on the north side 2,000 cubits, and the city shall be in the midst. This shall be to them the suburbs of the cities.
It's just explaining the cubits, and you want to know what the cubits is, go on the back of your scriptures, you'll find out what the cubits is, what the case may be, but this is how it's built, how it's formed, how it's structured. Just telling you what it is. Let me ask you a question. Do the Levites get money? Do they give them money back then?
Yeah.
Anybody else? All right. So what's this big thing? People saying they don't get money. I mean, money was back then, right? Yeah, like we never had money. A lot of people would say, a lot of fake Israelites would say they didn't have money back then. And this was talking about just grains and oats and wheats. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, and this is built like right now, building a city. How do you think they got those walls built and those cities built? As we described, how did they get those stuff built? With money. That's how you build a nation. You had to have money, finance to build a nation. You had to have talents, what they called back then. So we did have money back then, and so even money that the Levites that you gave, as your tithes and offerings, was also given money and cattle and all the things that are displayed. I just want to make that clear because a lot of people would think that money was not involved in the tithes and offerings, which is it could be more farther from the truth. Money is what we all need to build cities and to live. You understand? All right, keep going.
Okay. Verse 6, and among the cities which ye shall give unto the Levites, there shall be 6 cities for refuge, which ye shall appoint for the manslayer, that he may flee thither. And to them ye shall add 42 cities.
Okay, this here is talking about the refuge and the manslayer. Of course, just like Esau, which we call the modern day Esau, the white man, they get all their laws and stuff out of his Bible. They get how they build their structures, how they get everything from the Bible. And what you're actually seeing right now, you're going to see as we keep reading, you're going to see this is a form of a jail, pretty much. This is where you have to hold people who come in and do certain things that we're going to continue to read. The manslayer, the person that did wrong in the sight of Israel. You got to put them somewhere. Like today, you come in, you rob, you steal, whatever the case may be, you got to put you somewhere. But the right man right now, he rules unjustly. He rules unjustly. So the laws that he thinks that he gets from us, they wasn't meant, like the laws today are not meant for us. They're not meant for Israelites. They're meant for the oppressors. Because they break every law or they move the goalposts in every law they make. One day maybe you can't do this thing. Next week, yeah, you can do it. One time, one way you can't, you're not supposed to get married, homosexuals don't get married next month. Okay, we're going to do it. So they move the laws. Well, the Lord don't move. The Lord don't change. He said, I'm the Lord, don't change now. So whatever the Lord says, it stands still. So if homosexuality was wrong back then, it is wrong today. There's no change of these laws. You know what I'm saying? Yahushua came and said, I didn't come to change the law. I came to fulfill it and do what the prophets told me to do. Now, how your Christian pastors change that, I have no idea. Because they just want to feed their filthy lust. That's just what they want to do. And that's just like the daggone your oppressor today. They'll change things just to keep us oppressed. And that's why we come here every Sabbath and our brothers be out on the street to show them brothers how we can come from under this daggone depression and oppression. But they don't think they're being oppressed. But just by their very laws show you that they oppress us. I mean, right now in the trucking game, I do trucking for a living. And 10 years ago, trucking was lucrative. It's still lucrative now. But it was even more lucrative back then. But then you start getting a lot of brothers and Hispanics into it. Now they want to change the laws. Now I'm seeing you got to have requirements for this, requirements for all types of things where a couple years ago they didn't have those things. And I'm sure you're probably seeing on your jobs as well. This law is being changed because we're the ones who run the economy. Blacks, Hispanic, Native Indians, we're the ones to keep this economy going. As long as they got their foot on our neck, they're going to keep on controlling. But we got to find a way to get that foot off. But following these laws, statutes, commandments, the only way we're going to get the oppressor's foot off our neck. Now, your white man's not the only one oppressing us. Of course, you got the Japanese, you got the Africans, you got all the other nations out there oppressing us too. But your main oppressor right now is the so-called white man. And we got to follow these laws to get that foot off our neck. All right? You finished? You read that already? All right. We're going to be on verse 7. We're going to continue. You want to continue?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
We're going to read now from 7 to 14 in the Hebrew again. If you could, Papa Shaw.
No, we got to read 7 and 8.
Oh, you don't get it? Okay, go ahead. Here we go.
Come. Verse 7. So all the cities which ye shall give to the Levite shall be 48 cities. Them shall ye give with their suburbs.
All right. Those are the type of cities they're telling you how many cities that you're going to be counting. 42 cities. They're going to be designated just for the Levites and for the manslayers. Understand? All right. So we're going to start at verse 8 in the Hebrew, all the way down to verse 14, and then we come back and read it and explain it to in the English. All right. You want to continue on? You want to also the pastor take over? The pastor going to take over?
I'll take over. All right. The book of Numbers, chapter 35, verse 8 in the Hebrew.
First of all, anybody got any questions? Concerns, any questions, comments? Anybody? That's not correct.
Okay. In the book of Numbers, chapter 35, verse 8 in the Hebrew. Wahai I Raham Ashar Da Nawar Ma'ai Kaza Banya Yasha'al Ma'ais Harab Da Wakwa Wa Ma Af Haimar I.S.U.P.K Da Mai Yasawar Ayash Ka Panya Na Kalatawa Ashar Yanai Kawa Wa Dun Mai Ra Yawu La la wa yum pa. Verse 9. Wa ya debar Yahweh al mashah. La mar. Verse 10. Debar al na ya yashah. Wa na. It's like wa I martha. I laham. Kaya. Hatam. I Baryum. Af. Ha Yaradan. Arataza. Kaya An. Kanai An. Okay. Verse 11. Wa Hai Kwa Yadam Lakam Arayam Araya Makwa Lasa Da. Oh, yeah, it is. Makwalat Refuge choking. Da ha ya nawa lakam wa nasa masha ra tazaka maka napash nasha ga gaha. Verse 12. Wa hi yawa lakam how I rayum lama kwalak lama kwalak my ya al wa la'a yama wa hi ra tataka al I my dawa la panya I da la my sha pot. Verse 13. Wahai al rayam ashar da dayawa shasha a raya makolat ha da ha ya da ha ya yanya lakam. Verse 14. Af shalash ha'ai rayam da danawa ma I bar. That's like ma I the bar. No, my I bar. So la y'all la ya radan wa shalash I rayam da na wa aratana ka ayin I raya makwalat da hi ya no nah. That's it. Okay, you can start back at verse 8. Start back at numbers 35 and 8, Bro Shaw.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 35, verse 8. And the cities which ye shall give shall be of the possession of the children of Israel. From them that have many ye shall give many, but from them that have few ye shall give few.
What does that mean? The cities which ye shall give shall be of a possession of the children of Israel. From them that have many shall give many, and for them that have few, give few. What does that mean? Anybody say? Plain and simple, ain't too hard questions.
Does it mean if you have a lot, you give a lot, and if you only have a little, you give
what you can. Pretty much give what you can. You got $2, give $2. If you got more than that you can give, give. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean that just because you gave the $2 and they gave the $200, don't mean they gave more or less than you. Because that $2 was hard for you to get up. You understand? So somebody else really, we got that $200, they can spit it out. That person that gave $50, they gave all they had. That's what they can do. So the Lord look at how you give. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, here we
Come. Everyone shall give. Everyone shall give of his cities unto the Levites according to his inheritance which he inherited. Verse 9.
Let's see if you guys remember what happened with Gad and Reuben and Manasseh. What was their inheritance at? Okay, y'all remember? It's going back. It was 9.5 tribes. They got their inheritance on this side of the Jordan. What happened to the other side of the Jordan? See if you're paying attention. They got their inheritance on the other side. Remember? They were saying, okay, they came to Moses and said, we would like to stay over here because we want to stay with Reuben and Gad and a little bit of Manasseh. They want to stay on the side of Jordan because they already got the cities and they want their thing already. But they had one stipulation. And Moses said, only one stipulation that you got to do. You can have your inheritance over here, but what must they do? You might remember, what must they do? Go ahead, brother.
Fight along your brothers.
Fight along your brothers. So there's something happening on the other side of Jordan, you bring your ass in over here. We're going to need your help to fight. Just like today, we out there fighting in the streets of Shalaam. We're going to need all our brothers to help. Matter of fact, I remember a time we had an issue, well, not an issue, but there was a situation that went up to in Tennessee. They called them brothers down in Atlanta. Hey, ain't no big deal, but brother, we need your assistance. We packed up, we rode to Tennessee, and we handled things out there. And it was a glorious day. Then we went to battle. When we say we go to battle, on the microphone, we go to battle. And that's what we do. You know what I'm saying? So now the only stipulation they asked them brothers, hey, we'll give you that inheritance, but your brother, we need you to call upon you to fight. Make sure you come over and fight. Don't cower it out. They agreed to it. Moses said, no sweat. Yeah, you got your inheritance. You know, so there we go. All right, keep reading.
Come, verse 9. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, when ye be come over Jordan into the land of Canaan.
What was the land of Canaan? What was the land of Canaan at? I mean, who was in the land of Canaan at the time? When we came to the promised land, there were people called the land of Canaan. It's not like today it's called, I want to give it to you, but who are the Canaanites today, pretty much? Go ahead.
Like the Egyptians, the Ethiopians, the Africans.
Exactly. That was the land. They didn't call it like they do now, Africa. Every part of it is Africa. They called about lands, land of Canaan. This is the land of the Jebusites. This is the land of this, that. All the sites. Those were where it was today. So those people right now are still here to this day. The Jebusites, the Canaanites, all them sites. Y'all should name some. Name a few. Who knows some of them? Anybody know some of the Jebusites and sites?
Hittites.
The Hittites. Exactly. All them sites. There are people here today. They didn't leave nowhere. They just scattered across the earth. But a large portion of them still remain in those areas. And Edomites. Yeah, that's a major one. Edomites. So they're still here. So you got to understand who are the names in the scriptures. There's over 18 nations in the script in the Bible. You got to learn who they are. Once you learn who they are, then you know who your enemies are. Because the scriptures say you have enemies, right? You got something to say, brother?
Elamites.
And the Elamites. That's right, Elamites. Well, who? Who the Elamites?
That's so-called Arabs.
Red dots. Indians. That's right. Those people are still here today and they're still oppressing us, man. So you have to learn who they are. The scripture said He's going to sell us to a land of our enemies. That means you have enemies among you. You have enemies. But also it said hang with your brothers. Who are your brothers? Who are your neighbors? Who are your neighbors? Somebody tell me who your neighbors are. When you was growing up, who was your neighbors?
Israelite.
Me and you.
They look just like you.
Exactly.
I know in my neighborhood, when they say, you know what, love your brother, I didn't know no white man down the street. I knew These niggas that live right next to me was my brothers. I grew up with them. That ain't mean love everybody. And that's what the world gets messed up at, saying you gotta love everybody. Nah, the Lord don't say love everybody. You can find that in the scripture where the Lord said love everybody. You know, I'll shut down shop, pack up this bag, and I go back to Christianity. But I guarantee you're not gonna find it. It's been lying to you since I was young and lying to us still to this day. They've been lying. Your neighbor is who you deal with, your brothers and your sisters, and you know, that look just like you. Now don't get it twisted because your Africans have the same skin complexion as you. That doesn't mean they're you. There's a big difference between the Japanese and the Chinese. And they'll tell you, they ain't my people. But they look just like each other. But they'll tell you straight up, I'm Korean. Me no Japanese, or whatever. So the same thing. Just because I'm a dark-skinned brother don't mean that the African is my brother. I don't know the people. Matter of fact, if the African was your brother, how come they still ain't came and got us to this day? They ain't worried about blacks over here. You figured if they sold you, they'll be like, you know what, let's go get them brothers back. We want our ancestors. Because if you sold us, I'm your family, right? I'm part of your family. So I'm your uncle or your son or something, your nephew, whatever. You'd be like, you know what, let me go back and get my mother. Let me go get my brothers. Because we sold them over there. We need to go back and get them. They do not give one iota about us.
It's a lockout. Right. It's so heavy what you bringing out right now. You know, we all truckers, man. And I've been trucking over 15 years, man. I've been in every state in this country.
You've been trucking.
And millions of miles. And no exit ramp, under no bridge, no church step have I ever seen a homeless African.
That's right.
I've never in my life seen a homeless African. Africans take care of their people.
That's right. When the last time you said homeless Chinese?
Never.
If you do, it's like one.
Never.
But you ask how many homeless Negroes you seen? A lot of them.
Plenty.
I mean, you ask how many homeless white people, you'll see a few. And let me tell you, if your oppressor is homeless, it's because he's defying his family. He don't want to go home to his people. He want to do what he want to do because he can always go back home and live his life with his family. He just want to defy his father, his mother, and just do what the hell he want to do. Because it's just as easy as he got homeless, easy he can go home, take a shower, put on a suit, get his haircut, and go get the job my brother waiting for.
Yep, that's true.
And this man been working 15 years, got laid off, still got the credentials to work. And that bum who came off the street and showered up because he finally want to go back home to his mama and listen to what his father want to say to get his money, wants to come back home and say, okay, cool, I'm ready to listen now. And now he's gonna take my brother's job. And that's how it's happening. But I ain't mad at the oppressors. I'm not mad at them. You know why? That's what they're supposed to do. You're supposed to take care of your brother. I think like the only people that's forgotten how to do that is us. It's us.
That's right.
The Africans take care of their people. Edomites take care of their people. China City, New York. I mean, China. You go to China, you go to New York right now in China, in the city of China, China City area, Chinatown, number of Chinese people working there. Yeah. You ain't gonna see no brothers working there. If they working there, they coming to deliver their food and get the hell out of Chinatown. That's it. They delivery boys. That's it. Other than that, they take care of their own. But you get brothers over here, you got a job, and I ain't gonna hide the niggas, man. They gonna mess it up. Look, we got problems. We got family problems. But the more we stay at it, still hire your people. Still hire your people. Don't let one brother mess it up for all of us. If a sister got a business, she asking top dollar for her business, pay that lady, man. Pay that sister her money. Because you don't understand what she had to go through just to get. Because they're going to tax the hell out of that sister. So now she got to charge somebody. Got to charge us. But if you keep going and you keep vending your sister or your brother, whatever they're selling, keep going back to them, things will get a little bit cheaper. So then expenses will get cut. And now they'll be all right. But in the beginning, it's hard to run a business with brothers and sisters because they're going to tax the hell out of them brothers and sisters. So they gotta tax you. But as long as it's good service and you know you gotta keep going and keep going, we can build our city, man. We gotta think a different way. Yeah, we gotta think this way. We wasn't always like this. In the scripture will tell you we wasn't always like that. We had our own nation. We had our own things, man. It's just that when we turned our back against the Lord, and I've always said, we've always been told, the Lord put us in slavery. True enough. But why did he put us in slavery? The Lord, he just turned his back on us because we don't want to listen. He turned his back on us. And if he turns his back on you, what the hell he's going to do? He's going to put you in slavery. He's going to do everything to you. So it seems like the Lord did it to you, but he really didn't. But he allowed that to happen because the Lord could have put a stop in him. But the teacher, like a father want to teach that child a lesson. I told you 2 times, clean that room. Now I'm going to wait, get in that wall. Now I got to punish you. I turn my eye, But you still refusing to do what I tell you to do, so now I have to punish you. So that's what the Lord did. The Lord just turned his back. And when the Lord turned his back on you, bro, slavery, oppression, fighting, you know, you walk up on stage, slapping somebody, slapping your brother on stage, all these type of things start to happen. You know, your girl put the jumper cables on your back, and you go, I gotta go protect you, baby. And things start to happen because we just don't follow what the Lord told us to do.
It's a lot, y'all. Don't want.
Go ahead.
Yeah, man, I just want to piggyback on what you're saying. It's so heavy because Christians to this day will still use that as an excuse to love their enemies. You know, the white man, he didn't put us in slavery. God put us in slavery for disobeying him. Okay, you shouldn't hate the Most High for discipline you. But at the same time, they don't give you a reason to love your oppressor. Because the Most High don't like him.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
So he just a switch that he used to whoop your ass with for being disobedient. But when you come back to the Most High and obey his law, statute, commandment, what you think he's going to do with that switch? He's going to break it.
That's
You
right.
know what I'm saying? He don't need it no more.
Yeah. He used, like you said, he used other nations to be our whipping stick.
Yeah.
All the nations would beat all the other nations that has had us in captivity at one point. And that's what you have to realize. No matter what nation out there you think of, at one point in these scriptures, they had us in captivity. That's what you want to do. Love the person that puts you in captivity. And if you understand regeneration, they're the same people. They passed away, they're reborn to a different body, same spirit. So if they didn't love you niggas the first time, what make you think they're gonna love you again? They're not. That's why hatred never leaves this earth. Because the same people that beat you and whipped you with hate niggas, who passed on all them years they done had their lands and their little slave quarters, whatever the case may be, they passed on. And you look at them like, damn, the Lord ain't do nothing to them. Then they come back on this earth. They're gonna get punished. But they're gonna come back with the same type of hatred. So people talking about hatred gonna go away. No, it ain't. Hatred's not going away. It's gonna be reformed in a different body. That man gonna hate black people just like he did before he was here. Just like you. If you play ball, you sports right now, you play sports, best believe back in the day you probably played some type of activity. It might not have been football, but it might have been, tank sudo, fighting, wrestling, whatever it was. You played it because you had that spirit in you. These brothers here was some form of in the scriptures back in the day. That's why we came back, we heard it, and we cling to it. You know what I'm saying? Jimmy, if I give you your mind, brother, how'd you hear about this?
I'm in town, homeless,
Mm-hmm.
and pretty much ran out of Portland, Oregon.
Portland, Oregon?
Yeah,
Okay.
I was there 6 years, and I ain't necessarily ran out, but they was going to my house, poisoning everything, poisoned me through a program,
Yeah.
Jealous because the way I got on my feet and everything. So came down to, I decided to pack up and leave. So I come here and I'm being terrorized here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm living in my car.
Right.
So shit crazy right now.
I understand. That's another example of a white man. How they put it down on us.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
to answer your question, sorry. I went online, I was just looking up brothers of the same faith that I connect with, you know what I'm saying? And I ran into somebody else first, I just looked into them, and then I ran into you guys, and I decided I'm gonna go check them out.
So you saw us on the street or just the internet?
No, online.
Hey, Musa,
I think I seen y'all on YouTube a lot too.
Musa,
I think you got different chapters in the nation and stuff.
Yeah, different brothers around all the cities.
Yeah.
Right. I think we have somebody somewhere in Portland, Oregon, some that Midwest area. Got brothers out in Chicago, Illinois, all that place. So, Musa, give it up for him, man. Clap it up for him. Here we are, man. So, man, white man's the devil, the Bible speaks of. Sorry, right. All right. What was he at? We're gonna finish this on
verse 11.
We read down. We go ahead and finish 11. We go ahead and say the prayers and keep going with it.
Come.
All right, man.
Verse 11. Then ye shall appoint you cities to be cities of refuge for you, that the slayer may flee thither, which killeth any person at unawares.
What does that mean? Anybody can break down what that means? These are cities of refuge. What's a refuge? A safe place. A safe place that the slayer may flee thither, which kill a person unawares. So I mean, if you kill somebody, it's like a little jailhouse. They're gonna put you there until, if you keep reading, until judgment gets rendered. Keep reading.
Verse 12. And they shall be unto you cities for refuge from the avenger, that the manslayer die not, until he stand before the congregation in judgment.
That's very important. That's where the white man get his laws from. It's supposed to be an area where you can stay until judgment is rendered. Hell, they bring the judgment on us as soon as they see us and put us in that bad boy. That's why they want reform. I mean, jail reform. Because as soon as you get put into Rikers Island or someplace like that, you guilty. They strip you of your clothes, your shoes. You already guilty, and they don't even know what you did before you even stood trial. You've been judged already. You've been judged. You've been stripped of all your rights, and they don't know if you did it. So just imagine you being locked up in prison, like most of our brothers, locked up in the hole. You ain't even been locked. You just been held for a year, 2 years, and then the day of your trial, they come and say, "Oh, this man innocent," and they let you out. You done lost your job. Yeah. You lost your family. You lost every damn thing. Ask me how I know. I know. In a month time, I was in there going to holding cell for a month. I lost every damn thing. For a month. Job was gone, truck was gone, everything for a month. Came to find out, and I'm out. He's innocent. He served his time. What in the hell? Oh, yeah, sis.
Like you, sir, you guilty until proven innocent.
Well, they say that's exactly what you are. You guilty until you prove innocent. It's not the other way around. But back here, when Israelite, when we rule the earth, we rule it properly. But when your oppressors rule, they rule in the harsh, man. They rule in the harsh. And we feel the brunt of it. And you become homeless like this brother. Come home like I was. And you got nowhere to go, just off of them miscalculating what happened. But they don't care, because every day you stayed in there, they got paid top dollar for you staying in there. And not to mention some of the kickback that these judges can get that sentences our brothers for 2 and 3 years. Now coming out, they're getting kickbacks because they sent these brothers to prison on these private jails. They're getting $2,000 and $3,000 just for sending innocent brothers to prison. That's how your oppressor judge. That's how they rule. We definitely need to get our system back. We gotta get. I'm not Yahanna, man. We need to get our system back. This nation has to rule, man. We have to rule this earth again. Because if we don't, it's going to defile us. Go ahead, bro.
Can I piggyback off that?
Sure thing, go ahead.
What I see have really happened with us as a people is our first approach at looking at it is wrong. When it comes to economics, the whole objective of economics is land. It's not money, it's land. Because see, money only means something from the government that issue it. Right. So if you're in the midst of them, you want to be a part of them, then their money is everything. But when you have your own land, then you farm. Not everybody can eat.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's for vegetation and livestock.
All right.
And that's all provided by the earth. Vegetation and livestock.
Absolutely.
Right after that, there's you build a quarry and you dig. You start mining and you start digging. From mining and digging, you can invent and create whatever it is you want.
That's right.
So now everybody eating, now you can make clothes, you can have cell phones, you can have planes, you can have cars, you got everything. The earth provides it all. While problem is we keep thinking money and it keeps running us into that system. But when we look at the land and say, let us get land and then we can create, because we are the creators, we invented everything. So we don't even need them. We got the land, it's over with. Boom! We just blow up.
What you're saying is right. What you're saying to us is right, but we got a lot of brothers who got land.
Well, they don't own the land. They really don't.
Hold on. We got a lot of brothers who got land. We got a lot of brothers who got money. That's not our issue. Because we got a lot of brothers who got big time entertainers, got money and land, a lot of this stuff. That's not our issue. Our issue is that we don't come back to the Most High God. We tried all this
Without
stuff.
a question.
We tried everything. We tried Black Wall Street. We had economics. We had land in Black Wall Street. We had it in Rosewood. We had all this stuff. The oppressors came and did what they did.
That's true.
Because, again, the Lord turned his back on us. Because we don't know our law, statutes, and commandments. We refuse to follow the Lord. We tried everything in the book except going back to the law, statutes, commandment, and living by that. If we was able to come back and understand that shrimp, crab, and lobster is wrong, serve the Sabbath days, if we come back to get all the holiday and tear and get your spirit out of America, stop serving the holidays, that's when the Lord will turn to us. And all those things that you just said, we can have. We can have. But until then, we can do what we want, and your oppressor is going to destroy it. Because he runs this earth. He runs.
We have a lot of infiltrators in the midst of us, and that's how he able to do it.
Yeah.
He do it so simply. It
Preachers and your leaders,
it's just people in the midst of you just going back talking to them.
I mean, you got your politicians, your Christian leaders, your Christian politicians.
They
working for everybody else. So,
but then they got the puppets. The puppets that's in the midst of us is the worst ones. They're the ones that give them the gem to cut us off from the jump.
But even that, if the Lord is with you, even in the scriptures, what happened to that brother that was in a wartime? All our brothers was dying in war because he stole a Babylonian garment. It was found out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they found out, got him out of there, and we started winning again. So even in things like that, if you have infiltrators, the Lord will show you what's going on.
Yeah.
But the leaders have to know what to do. Them brothers went and they prayed to the Lord, like, no, my people are dying. What's going on? My men are getting killed. What's going on?
Right.
The Lord showed him, you have something in your camp that you need to get clean. And so with the wisdom and that he had, he did to find it out, get it out of there, cut that thing out like cancer, and we started winning again. And that's what we got to do. So it all comes back to his Lord. We got to come back to that. If we don't come back to that, nothing we decide we're going to do will ever going to work. Ever going to work. I can make $1 million right now. My family, like, I just need my family to get money. He can give me $1 million right now, but if I turn my back on the Lord, the $1 million is going to go as far as a dollar.
A
dollar. And that's what we got to do.
I'm very clear on that, but at the same time, that is the economical approach as far as we don't have a choice but to be on God. We really rather be like them. We're doing a bad job at it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We got to separate. We got to separate ourselves. So what you're saying is right. We'll talk more after, brother. All right. Anybody got any more statements and questions, comments, whatever the case may be? All right. We can go ahead and finish it up here. Hey, sure.
Yeah, I was just listening to what you were saying online, right? And it's like, what they say, if black people had all their wealth together, we'd be the 7th greatest nation in the world. You know what I mean? I mean, you gotta look at it. You gotta look at where we at. We in Atlanta. Atlanta's the black Hollywood. You know what I mean? Everybody in Atlanta got money that's black. You understand? But yet Atlanta is the most destroyed city in the whole damn country. You know what I mean? Atlanta's the gay capital of the world.
They know.
You know what I mean? Money and land is not an issue. You understand? It's us coming together. We ain't got no brotherhood unless we don't get under one God, and that's the Most High.
Most High Christ.
You understand? So that's the reason why, you know what I mean, we destroyed.
Damn
We
right.
want to follow the white man.
Follow the white
We
man.
don't want to be together. We want to be under the oppressor. You understand? So without that, money and land don't mean a damn thing.
Give me this little tool. Yeah, that's right. Clap it up for him. We gotta get ourselves together. You know, if Thessalonians 2:1, it says, gather yourself together, nation undesired. We're that nation undesired. Black, Hispanic, Native Indians, we're that nation undesired. And like Adawan was saying, if you don't gather yourself together and come together with it, we will never have a thing, man. But we gotta come together under these laws, statutes, commandments. That's the only thing. The Lord don't give a damn how much money you got. He don't. Because the Lord, like you said, he makes everything. He makes the trees, whatever you want to build, he makes it. So he don't need your money. He don't need us to have money. All he has to do is come back to me, and I will give you everything. So it sounds anecdotal right now when you think about it. If you had a father say, all you got to do is come home, and I give you everything in the house. I give you the car, the money, job, everything. I can give you the big room in the house with the bathroom. All you do is come back home. Like, damn, sounds good. I can come back home. You know nobody would do it because they want to do what they want to do. The child won't even do that because they want to be out there and do whatever the hell. They don't want to come back to order. And that's what it comes down to. So Christ is saying, I mean, the Most High is saying the same thing. All I want the children of Israel to do is come back to me and love me. Damn Buddha, damn the weed smoking, alcoholism, damn all that. Just come back and serve me. And by serving me, you're going to help yourself. Because I'm going to give you everything you can possibly imagine. And we still think, I want to go to a strip club more than I want to go to the Lord. You know, that's what I want to do. I want to disrespect I want to put them batteries in my man's back so we can go and slap Will. I want to do all this stuff. I want to talk around this round table talk and talk about my relationship with my husband instead of keeping it in the house. That's what they want to do. These are the things we don't want to go talk to our brothers and say, look, man, I think you're offending my wife. I mean, apologize to her, man. You know, just we're gonna call it. I understand it's your job. But, you know, she's going through a little issue right now. And I would appreciate it if you just apologize to her. Ain't no big deal. Damn, I didn't know, brother. My bad. Sis, I'm sorry. My bad. You know, boom, done deal.
That's simple.
Done deal.
That's true.
All that misconception about protecting our wives and the wife, that's all BS. You want to do what the hell you want to do. That's what it all boils down to. We want to do what the hell we want to do. So therefore, we don't have the keys to the kingdom because we want to do, like I was saying, we want to do what we want to do. A lot of our entertainers got money. Athletes got money. We all have money. Like I said, Atlanta is known to have money. I've been here 4 years in Atlanta, and I call back to tell people in Atlanta, you know the first thing they say? Damn, a lot of gay people out there for real? That's what they want to talk about. Instead of saying, damn, y'all got a lot of black people up there, y'all booming, doing money. They want to say, damn, how many gays up there for real? I gotta talk about that every time I talk to somebody, tell them I'm living that. That's the battle we battle. But this is the richest city for black people, and we can't get nothing done. So that goes to what you're saying isn't always what it appears to be. Because the Lord knows that we need Him more than any damn thing else. And that's what we need to do. So, anybody else got any comments? You want to piggyback off that? Anything? It's all open. You ride out a couple more minutes if you want to. No matter to me. What you got? You want something to say? I know you always got something to say.
Well, I will say one thing, kind of repeating what you just said. You got these Christians in the world. They really think they were born into the earth to really live their best life, to really to do what the hell they want to do.
Right.
But the Lord, I created and created us for that. You know, He created us 100% solely to serve Him. He had a purpose for us, but we got our own purpose.
The whole duty of man, right?
Yeah,
the whole duty of man is to do what?
Serve the Lord. And we think that we're more special than what we really are.
Right.
And you know, that's why we give our own self high holy days,
right.
birthdays, and
it's an illusion.
You know, yeah, it's all illusion. We imagine, like the scripture say, we imagine all kinds of things about the Most High. And you know, when you don't have to use that type of imagination, they do what the hell you say do.
It's really just that simple. It's really just that simple. Don't worry about the things that you see in front of you. You're losing your house, your car, your job. Don't worry about that, because the Lord is going to put you through some fire, because He want to know if you're going to serve Him or not. So if you're struggling with your house, you're struggling with your job, you're struggling with whatever you're going through, the Lord knows you're struggling with that. He wants to put you in that fire, because how else is He going to know you for me? If I keep giving you everything you want, I do it before you get in trouble. I do it, I fix it before you even sweat. How do you know when the time gets hard, you ain't going to leave Him? You understand? So the Lord going to put you to that fire, no more than any other job. You go apply for a job, He'll put you through training. Can you hack it? Can you not? If you don't pass the requirement, you got to go. You're not made for this job. You join any daggone services, Marine Corps, military, whatever, they're going to put you through boot camp. Can you handle the boot camp? If you can't handle it, this is not for you. So same thing in life. The Lord wants to know who His real soldiers are, His real women are, His real kids. He wants to know who they are. So He's going to put you through that fire. Now, did He break any rules? No. The Lord ain't breaking no rules by letting your house get burned down. He ain't breaking no laws. He ain't breaking no law letting your car get broke down and you can't. He ain't breaking the law. The Lord is not going to do anything that's going to, put Him in direct conflict with what He said to do, His laws, the statutes and commandments. It's not. So whatever He put on you, the things that happen to you, is not breaking none of the commandments. So why should you? He wants to know if you're going to hold in there and stay with Him and let Him see what you're going to do. He stripped you of all your power, but He doesn't strip you of coming to class, coming to service, preparing meals for the brothers, making it to Passover. He don't strip you from that. You got to find ways to get there and do these things, because that's who I come to serve. And once He's seeing you doing this, now you experience the abundance of what He can do for you. You come out of things. And from that time forward, you will never say, it's going to be money or this. You're going to say, it's my Lord, Yahweh. He got me to do this. He got me to do it. Nobody else. Now you're really going to understand what that means. Because I understand what it means. When I'm on the verge of losing stuff, sitting back, I'm still going, and the Lord comes one day and just, it's over. Like, damn, I was just stressing a week ago. In just 1 second, boom. But I didn't stop coming to class. I didn't stop teaching Sabbath service. I didn't stop coming to the camp. I didn't stop any of these things, coming to mandatory Thursdays. I didn't stop watching the classes. I didn't stop that. I continued doing what the Lord told me to do, because I understand, and what He told me, that if you do what I tell you to do, You all open a window, like Christian, you know, when you're Christian here, and pour out a blessing. And pour out a blessing. You know, Christians love to throw that out. Because everything in them is a blessing. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what you have to do. You got to hold to this truth, man. And you can't let nobody take it from you. This is the most important thing you ever going to have in your life, is this truth. If you're a part of I.S.U.P.K, the sisters and the brothers part of I.S.U.P.K coming in, you're going to experience the glory of what the Lord is showing us. Because there's only one truth. In spite of what you're hearing, there's other groups out there, yes, and they're our brothers. I'm not saying, you know, Will and our brother and Chris, and they're our brothers. And we love them dearly. But that's not going to stop us from telling them we're wrong. And we do that every Saturday in the corner. We're going to tell you you're wrong. And after we tell you you're wrong, we're going to invite you back to the school, get something to eat. And you know, we're going to love you. But that's how we show our love, correction. Women got to be corrected. Our kids got to be corrected. And many times, y'all, you know, look, y'all ain't seen no counseling. We get corrected a lot. If y'all ever went out counsel with General Hyman, you gonna see we get corrected a lot, man. A lot. But we don't get in our feelings. I go off and try to smack the general. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I wouldn't try either. Right. I wouldn't try either. But I mean, we don't get in our feelings and smack the brother who's gonna correct you. You just take that correction, understand, learn from it, and be like, okay, okay, cool. And if you don't like that, we still have other procedures and process. You don't like that, go to counsel. But the thing is to understand your brother. If you have an art with your brother, get it out the way. Don't let that shit, don't let it fester up in you. If you have an art with your sister, don't let it fester up. Just go to that sister and talk to her. It's as simple as that. And we got to understand that's the nation. Once we understand those things, how to build each other up, all those things this brother was talking about, we're going to come to pass. We put that in front of the Lord, can nothing stop us. Nothing to stop us. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to see none of our brothers and sisters die or get, you know, heads chopped off because of the Lord, you know, by this no way. We don't want that. We want everybody to come into the truth. We want everybody to be saved. We want everybody, but we know that's not going to happen. So the best thing we can do is do what we can do. Make your election sure. You understand? Make your election sure. And to do that, follow all God's commandments, come to learn, and command your Yahanna. Go out there and teach. You become a student so you can teach others from where you came. Sisters, the same thing. Don't think y'all exempt because you can't come up here and put an earpiece on the preach. Nah. You're supposed to be starting in the church. Do so. But you have other sisters and kids under you, young sisters, that y'all got to teach them. Our sisters the way they are because they're not getting no proper training from our elder sisters. And elder don't mean older, like old as that. You could be 22, 23 years old and understand this truth and go and teach a sister who's older than you this truth. And she'll get it and understand it. So don't think just because it's the age difference, it's not. But the thing is, if you understand this truth, go out and teach the younger sisters how to live this truth and how to be a woman. So you're not exempt from learning, from teaching. You guys must teach. There's too many children who, you know, our young sisters go out there twerking and taking off clothes and going to these parties damn near halfway naked, thinking that they're supposed to be desired and loved that way. And as soon as the man uses them up, they're done. And we get on our brothers about that. We ought to teach our brothers, don't throw our sisters away. But you also have to know how to be a perfect woman. Because it said, he who finds a wife finds a good thing. The woman has to be a wife first before the man can find you. So you have to understand what does a wife do? Do the wifely thing. So that man can say, okay, that's my wife now. So we all have duty to do in Israel, all of us. Don't think that you can just sit here, I just pay my tithes and I go to class. And what else are you doing? You got to put more into it. The brothers who are not into this school, and it's not a prophet and priest teaching, you still have a job. It's civilian, you still have a job. Your job is to come here and learn the statutes and commandments. Go out there and save your family. Go get your family back. Teach them what you need to teach them to save their damn life. You know how wants everybody to be saved, so that's your duty. You're not into the school. I mean, you're not into the school, but you hear this stuff. Go raise your family the right way and teach them how to be men. You understand? With that being said, we're gonna go ahead and close the class up if nobody got anything to say. All right, most high Christ. All right, Imagine. You see Imagine?
SHALAM.
Which means to Israel. Are you good? You're gonna work on it. Go ahead and grab the scroll. Israel, a Muslim. Don, which means face the east. No. The Lord's Prayer.
The Lord prayed in Hebrew, Abanaw.
Shabbat
Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Wadash.
I.S.U.P.K.
I.S.U.P.K.
Yahweh.
Tabah.
Tabah.
Tabah. I.S.U.P.K.
Hayah. Bashamayim.
Athonina.
Lakar.
Cow.
Wasalakinah.
Awapina.
Haslakina.
Awapina. Wala.
Tabaina.
Aishar
Abal.
Aishar
Mayan.
Ra.
Kaya.
Lakar.
Amalako.
Amaloi. Abatar Parwa. La Ayalam.
Aman. All right. This is the Lord's Prayer in the English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive our debts as we forgive our debtors. It is not to temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. So be it. Right, SARS, you turn. I.S.U.P.K needs to be seated. We can read the announcements.
This is the I.S.U.P.K security announcement. We are the I.S.U.P.K started out 1 West 125th Street, Hall, New York. Room for a new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister come into the school, they are limits for 6 months. They are here to be saluted only. They are here to set themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 and 10. My Isra, that means 10 in the Hebrew. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the church department or teacher. Priest fund. Free will offer for priests not mandatory. Whatsoever amount like to give. Next Holy Convocations, it will be the Lord 53rd annual Passover.
Right.
And the address will be 301 Tucker Lane, Cocoa Beach, Florida. Again, the address will be 301 Tucker Lane, Cocoa Beach, Florida.
I'd like to add, if I could, if brothers and sisters out there who wants to go to the Passover and you cannot get to the Passover, contact your nearest school near you and find out what we can do to get you to where you need to go. Everyone who wants to be at Passover should be not denied of money, rides, whatever case may be, not place to stay. If you want to go to the Passover, contact your nearest school and they'll take care of you.
Okay, with that, I'll walk him to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If any brother wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pant, headband, and a scarf. And one more thing you should do, make sure you Google this address every time you're headed to the school, like any GPS you use. The address is 3353 Glenwood Road, Decatur, Georgia. It help build the algorithm, help people find out about the school. With that, Ben Israel, mine. Give one curse salute to teacher, Ben Israel, Amaya Sabbath, Amaya, Barak, Yahweh Bashem Yahshua.
Yahweh Bashem Yahshua.
Okay, Yahweh the top.
Go ahead, tell me what that means.
Okay, it's lucky. What that means in Hebrew, may the Most High in the name of Christ bless you. Ya'yim, that means hands. And the top means down. Sar, turn to the sister. Sister Amado. Give one curse salute to the sisters. Men Israel, or Slav. We have one way for the sister salute. Sister, you can put your hands down for a minute. When we say Amayim Sabbat, then you put your hands like this together. When we say Barak, put your right hand, open hand, in front of your chest. Give one curse salute. Men Israel, Amayim Sabbat. Amayim. Barak. Yahweh Shema Eldam B'Hashem Yahushua. While I said to the sister in Hebrew, may the Most High watch over you in the name of Christ. Yahweh on the top, Your hands down, class dismissed.